Hey guys, and welcome to episode 18 of my From the Island series. So in this episode we are going to continue on with our flipping, and as you can see we have a rough GE value of about 11 mil. Past episode we made quite a lot of money flipping and found some better items in the katana and also the robe of darkness. So in this episode we're going to keep flipping both of those items and increase the amount of robes of darkness which we do sell. So as you can see, we've just put in the sell offer for 20 robes of darkness. We picked them up for 102k and we are trying to sell them for just under 125k. So that is a 20k margin per top. Now that is roughly what we're getting with these robe legs, but we can flip up to 70 of them per 4-hour limit. So that is probably the way forward for us to get the max amount of profit per item. So that is what we'll be doing this episode. So we're just going to quickly just double check the GE flip margin for it before we put it into sell. I want to make sure that we are competitive on a price and that we're not going to be overcut or undercut. So here we'll probably end up going for 124k. Just take a little bit off it just to make sure it does sell in time. But yeah, moving on with that. Pretty much nothing's changed with the robe legs. We have quite a stock of armor legs which we do need to get rid of because we've been holding on them for the past couple of episodes. So hopefully we can get rid of them and just keep the others going. The black beret is still flipping really well, doubling the price of that, and we're just seeing how these katanas go at a 70k margin this time as well, with 5 more of them to sell. So just logging back in, and that's the kind of message you want to see. We've had a lot of buys and a lot of sells. So those katanas, we sold them all for roughly a 70k margin each. Now during this time the margin, like it normally does, has decreased, so we are having to pick them up for just under 220k each. We still should roughly get between a 40 and 50k margin, so it's pretty much double what we've got in terms of any other flip. So we'll keep going with these, and as you can see I'm selling 7 instead of 8 because of the volatility of these items. I'm making sure that I check the margin every time before I buy and I sell. The robes of darkness did sell for that price, so I am a bit surprised they sold for a 20k margin. So we will be going in for that again, but because it's such a big offer we'll end up putting in. Again, we're just going to check the margin because we got burned earlier on and lost sort of a big margin there. Just wanted to make sure it's correct before I put the offer in. And not only that, we turn out that the low end of the buying price is a lot lower than what we originally paid. So we saved a couple k there. This time we're going for 30. We'll slowly and gradually bring up the number we buy at a time, just so we get a bit of confidence in it and we don't end up putting the big offer of 70 in, tie up all the cash we've got spare, which we could put into other new items, and end up being stuck with a big pile of robes of darkness which we can't seem to get rid of. But in the meantime, we'll just keep cycling through all these robe legs. All of them are still making between 15 to 20k profit per leg, maybe apart from the armadillo, which is still being quite slow, and it's just all adding up. Black beret will probably be the next item for us to get rid of, just because although it is selling for double the price, it is getting slower by the day, and I think there's other items around, maybe the robe bottom of darkness which could replace it. So we've got a quick change of plan. The armor robe legs have been trying to sell at 106k for a couple of days now, and they're just not selling. So we're going to take them out, hold on to them for the time being, and we're going to try a different item just to see if we can get something moving a bit quicker. So the robe of darkness we're just going to do a quick price check on, and we find out that it's going to be roughly 10k per flip, and with the GE margin and buy limit of 70 per 4 hours for the darkness items, it's going to be much better for us to do that than hold on with these armor robe legs. So we're just going to put an offer in for whatever cash we have left. It's 87,272, so it's just a little bit above what the low buy price is, and we won't be able to quite afford 30, so we're going to end up cycling on about 21 to buy for, and then hopefully they can buy in by the next clip and we'll put in the offer to sell. So we've got some buys and some sells. The darkness bottoms have bought, all 21, and we can get them into flip for roughly 10 to 11k each, so that could be a 200k flip. We've also managed to find that the Guthix robe legs roughly have just under 40k margin per flip, and this is what I was mentioning earlier on, especially with these robe legs, they do bounce and rise so often, and in a couple of previous episodes we really struggled to sell the Guthix robe legs. and now a couple of episodes further on, they have the biggest margin out of the set. 40k margin for an item which we were buying for just 90k is quite massive. So we put the Robe of Darkness in for 99k, and the only other item which we've got to just change the G price for is the Ancient Robe Legs. It's not the best seller, it's not the most profit, but it is steady and it just fills up another G slot at this moment in time. Picking up some high volume items in the Darkness items means that even though the Ancient Robe Legs aren't the best seller, we just have to keep with them. Same with the Black Beret, it's not the best seller at the minute, but we do double our money on it, so we'll just keep going with that. So we put that in to sell again for 87k, which I'm a bit surprised it's managed to keep that sell price for so long. I don't think it's a very heavily traded item at all, and that perhaps explains our 5mm flip on one, but that's in to sell. And the Katana as well, I think there's a bit more competition for that item, so I'm just having to gradually bring the price down, and hopefully we can sell them. But we've still got a big margin on that, and hopefully they'll sell by the next clip. I've just noticed as well, we've actually hit a 13mm value on this account between the G slots and the info. And to think that this is only 2 episodes from when we bought our second bond, we've actually jumped to sort of overall price value by about 5mm, which really goes to show that, especially with RS and flipping, once you start getting the ball rolling and you get a decent G sort of stack of items which you can flip, along with a decent amount of cash you can flip with, as you can see, we've made 5mm profit in 2 episodes off 8mm cash. Once you get that value to start with, it just keeps rolling, and you end up making more money. So it's going to get to a period of time soon that I think we'll have to move from the God Robe Legs, because 20k profits were good to start with, but we've got that much money at this point that we can start finding better flips because we've got more money to throw around. But we'll hopefully get to that point in a couple of episodes down the line. I've got some ideas of where we can go with different items. There are certain clue items which are very higher in the price bracket, a bit more low volume, but also a bit more niche. So hopefully we can bring them in for the foreseeable future anyway. But going to leave these items to sell and update you on anything which does sell and any changes we make to our G slots. So logging back in, we have had a lot of sells happen. The Katanas have all managed to sell in one big go. And as you can see, we've roughly made about 50k per katana there, so that was a 400k flip. What we're going to do is pretty much go in for roughly the same offer again, and hopefully they can buy. The more we flip these katanas, the more I can tell sort of the best time to buy, the best time to sell, what sort of margin we can get on them as well. The Robe Bottom of Darkness actually sold quite well as well, so we're going to try them again, basically going for the same offer of 21, same sort of price, and hopefully we can pull that same margin. Sari Robe Legs we've had to decrease, similar to what we were experiencing with the Guthix Robe Legs. Sari seems to be the one at the minute which is just on the slide. Guthix Robe Legs did sell, and we're going to go and buy them again. And we're just waiting for the Robe of Darkness to sell. Just tweak the price of it just so it's a bit lower, and hopefully they can sell in time as well. Black Berets, they are on the way out. I think in the next couple of episodes they will be replaced. I just need to find the right thing to flip. Zamorak Robe Legs really weren't that good when we had them last time, and I think we can do better than the Bandos Robe Legs. But looking at our value in the GE and in the Invo, we are quickly approaching 13mm cash in value as well, which we're just flying with what we've got at the minute. The Katanas and the Darkness items are such better flips than what we were on before, and it really highlighted that we could have done so much more to start with on that first bond. We were really tied up with some pretty shitty items to start with, and it took us so long to get rid of them that we kind of wasted our time. But that will be the end of this episode. This is the end of episode 18. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or feedbacks or anything we can change with the videos, please leave a comment, and we can always try our best to introduce it to the episodes, and I'll always try and comment back as well. And thanks for the support. So hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. We'll be trying to bring in some new items because I think there's a few in the G slots in a minute which aren't performing well enough for us, and we can find better, but we'll let you know what it is. So we'll see you in the next episode, guys.